I moved the camera. Is it okay?
Yep,
Okay. And we are ready?
we are ready.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Welcome to Heart Yoga. My name is Liz, and I'm the mom half of Heart Yoga, the mother-daughter team that teaches for Renown. However, Katie is not with us. She's still training for a new job, but hopefully she'll be back with us soon. And we are filming on Facebook, YouTube. So if you go to your search bar and put in Sterling Silver, Heart to Heart Yoga, you should be able to bring us up, or Renown Sterling Silver, Heart to Heart Yoga. You should be able to bring us up and find us if you'd like to do the class again, or if you're unable to meet with us on Mondays at 10. So you have access, which is a really nice thing. And also for the month of December, our poses are Star, Goddess, and Warrior 2. Our breath work is breathing and pausing. And then our intention for the month is stop, pause, and breathe. And we chose that because this is high energy right now. Hustle and bustle of the holiday season can get a little overwhelming. And once in a while, probably once or twice a day, we maybe need to stop and pause and just breathe, especially if we're have outside influences that disturb our peace. So that being said, if you're new to our class, I need to tell you a few things about yoga, which all yoga is optional. And while practicing in the chair, or if you're on the mat, if you become dizzy or lightheaded or experience any pain, please stop what you're doing. If you're in the chair, sit back comfortably. If you're practicing on the mat, you can go into a pose that we call child's pose. It's just sitting back on the heels like this, or you could roll over on your side or lay on your back. And when you're ready, you can resume your practice. Because like I said, all yoga is optional, and you do what works for you and is comfortable. Be respectful of your body's capabilities today and level of flexibility. And that can change day to day. So, and props. Sometimes we use props. If you're practicing in the chair, they're usually right here. If you're practicing on the mat, they're usually to the front of your mat. And we use blocks or 2 books or maybe 2 cans of food to bring the earth closer to help you, be able to find the full extent of your pose. Also, a blanket or a towel to cushion the sit bones or your knees if you're practicing on the mat. And let's see, what else? Oh, if you're new to us and you're practicing in the chair, we ask that you use a chair that has no armrests and no wheels, and that you practice on a non-skid surface. And you can choose to place a mat underneath your chair, as I have done. It isn't necessary though, but if you do that, be mindful that it's there if you choose to stand. Also, you can practice with shoes on or off. I choose no shoes, but even if you practice with your shoes on and we are doing some foot and ankle or toe work, I'm sure you can be able to do that inside your shoes. Okay. Now, before we begin, I have one more thing to say about how Katie and I designed our class. We designed it for beginners or people recovering from injuries. So that's why we offer the chair, but we also offer the mat for beginners. And we're hoping that chair students might be able to, improve their practice and maybe move on to the mat, or our beginning mat students could move on to the more intermediate classes that are offered by Renown throughout the week. That's our wish. So that's why we designed the class, having the chair and mat. So start wherever it works for you. And we usually begin in a comfortable seat. So for years, we've sat with our pelvis back, spine rounded, shoulders rounded, even before there were computers and cell phones. But now that we've added computers and cell phones, we're even a little more rounded. So in yoga asks that you sit with your pelvis pushed forward. You notice how that automatically elongated my spine. However, if you're practicing on the mat, some of us may need a little help with that. And that's when we place that towel or blanket underneath the sit bones, the two bones in your bottom. And you sit to the front edge of your towel or blanket. And now your legs in comfortable seat on the mat can be crisscross applesauce, or you can bring the legs out a little bit farther, still crossed at the ankles, feet straight, or you could even bring the bottoms of your feet together for butterfly. Any of these can work, and choose which one is most comfortable for you and change positions if you need to. You don't have to wait for me to cue it. If you feel uncomfortable, change a position. Also, if we for a while and the hips get a little achy or stiff, you can rock back and forth. And another thing that we do in yoga is called stacking the joints. So if you're practicing on the mat, you want to make sure the shoulders are over hips, ear in line with shoulder, and chins parallel to the floor. Also, another choice you have is you can close the eyes, or you can have a soft gaze looking down. Closing the eyes makes you dizzy or uncomfortable. Just have that soft gaze looking down. Now, if you're practicing in the chair, and we're asking for a comfortable seat, you want to sit to the front edge of your chair, but be comfortable and stable. Feet are flat on the floor. And your legs, you can place a block behind your back, or a pillow, or a book. So if you start to slouch, you're going to bump into it, and it can remind you to sit up nice and tall. Yeah, legs. Legs come straight out from the hip joints. Knees not too close together or too far apart if you can, and that's comfortable. Feet are flat on the floor, and we stack our joints here also on the chair. Knee is over ankle, shoulder is over hip, ear in line with shoulder, chin parallel to the ground, and you can choose to have a soft gaze looking down or close the eyes. Make the choice that is comfortable for you. And we just take a moment here to notice how we're feeling today. And before we put movement into our physical body, we always ground. We come into the moment. And like I said earlier, with the hustle and bustle of the holiday season, grounding is very important during this season. Well, it's important all year long, but especially when it's high energy and we have so many to-dos. And we're pulled in many, many directions. We need to stay grounded and take care of ourselves. So pat yourself on the back for taking 1 hour out of your day just for you. And a little yoga, a little breathing. So if you're practicing on the mat, bring your attention to your sit bones and allow them to be heavy. You're practicing in the chair, bring your attention to your sit bones, allow them to be heavy. Very, very heavy. Let's take an inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Let those hips feel heavy, like they're melting into the mat, melting into the chair, off the chair. And chair students, bring your attention to the bottoms of your feet, even if they're inside your shoes or you're barefoot on your mat. Allow the feet to be heavy, connecting with Mother Earth, heavy. We want to be in the moment right here right now. So we're going to move up our spine. We're going to come to the shoulders. Let's bring those shoulders up to the ears. And then we're going to pull them back and down, relaxing them down the back, but keeping the integrity of a nice tall spine. Reach out through the crown of your head. We're going to move the head side to side, right and left, just slowly and gently, noticing if we have tension in the neck. Just notice. And we're going to come back to center. Notice how you're feeling. Allow the body to be heavy. See if you can let go of any thoughts of things you wanted to do before class. Let go of thoughts that are things that you have to do after class. If thoughts come wandering in while you're practicing, just notice them, send them on their way, come back to the right here, right now. And to help our minds stay focused and concentrate on our breath and our poses, we give it a job to do, and that's concentrating on the breath while we breathe. And we are going to breathe together with a pause, a little different. Last week, I believe we counted and paused. We're going to just breathe and pause, so follow along. But if breathing deeply is uncomfortable for you, makes you feel a little dizzy or lightheaded, just breathe normally, your normal rhythm to your breath, and just focus on the breath. And watch maybe the chest rise and lower. But the rest of us, we're going to inhale, inflate the low belly, expand our ribs, and our chest rises, and we pause. Exhale, deflate your low belly, the ribs come in, the chest lowers, and we pause. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand your ribs, chest rises, and we pause. Exhale, deflate the low belly, ribs come in, chest lowers, pause. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand your ribs, chest rises, pause. Exhale, deflate the low belly, the ribs come in, chest lowers, pause. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand the ribs, chest rises, pause. Exhale, deflate the low belly, the ribs come in, chest lowers, pause. Inhale, inflate your low belly, expand the ribs, chest rises, pause. Exhale, deflate the low belly, ribs come in, chest lowers, pause. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand the ribs, chest rises, pause. Exhale, deflate the low belly, ribs come in, chest lowers, pause. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand the ribs, chest rises, pause. Exhale, deflate your low belly, ribs come in, chest lowers, pause. And let the body go back to its natural way of breathing. And just notice how you feel. Perhaps you feel a little bit lighter, maybe not. And we're going to open our eyes. And speaking of eyes, we're going to do eye work, and we're going to follow the thumb. So the body and the head stay stationary. We just follow the thumb with our eyes. So we're going to bring our right arm out in front of us, make a fist, and watch the thumb. As we bring the thumb up, we're watching it just with the eyes. When it starts to go out of sight, we're going to bring it off to the side, to the right. And then we're going to start to bring it down. When it starts to go out of sight, we're going to bring it down and around back to where we started in front. Now we're going to flutter the eyelids if you need to. Then we're going to go back the way we came. So bring the thumb down, following with just the eyes. When it starts to get out of sight, we'll go off to the side. And then start to bring the thumb up above. And then down in front. And we're going to follow the thumb to the left. Follow it to the left. Come back to center. And we'll follow the thumb all the way off to the right. And we'll come back to center, following the thumb with just our eyes. Release your hand down. Flutter those eyelids if you need to. And watering is perfectly normal if your eyes start to water. So we'll do this with the other with the other arm, both eyes. And we're going to bring that arm out in front, the left arm, make a fist, keep the thumb up. We're going to follow the thumb with just the eyes, moving the thumb up. And then move to the side. And then start to move the thumb down. When it starts to get out of sight, we'll bring it around in front, back to where we started. And flutter the eyelids if you need to. We're going to go back the way we came, so bring that thumb down. When it starts to get out of sight, we're going to bring it off to the side. And then bring a thumb up in front. Up above, and then down in front. Flutter those eyelids if you need to. And then we're going to follow the thumb off to the right, across the body just slightly. And then bring it back in front of you. And then we'll bring the thumb off to the left, just off to the side, and then come back in front. Release your arm down, flutter those eyelids if you need to. If you're wearing glasses, you might like to remove them. We're going to bring the palms together and rub them only if it feels comfortable on your hands. I know some of us that wouldn't feel too good, so you do you. We're going to rub the palms. We create some friction, which creates heat. And when you think you have enough heat created, you can open your eyes really wide. And then cover the eyes with the palms. Feel the heat penetrating into the eyes. Feels nice and comforting. And when you feel you've had enough, you can release your hands or you can stay there. Yeah. We're going to move on to our neck. So we're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to bring that right ear to the right shoulder. And then we're going to try to press our left ear up to the ceiling. Notice it changes the stretch. I've said before, yoga is like riding a bus. You get off at the stop that works for you. So you can stay right here if you like. If you'd like a little more, you can bring the right arm out and up, placing the right hand above the left ear. Stay right here if you like, or you can add. You can let that left arm hang. Adds more to the stretch. Now we're going to add even more if you like. We're going to inhale that left arm out and up to shoulder height. Exhale, lower. It deepens the stretch. Inhale, lift that arm to shoulder height. Exhale, lower. Feel that stretch deepen. Inhale, lift the arm shoulder height. Exhale, let the arm lower. Feel how the stretch deepens. deepens. Bring your hands back to your thighs. Bring your head up to center. Notice what you're feeling in the left side of your neck. We're going to do it on the other side. So take an inhale. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Now you can stay right here, or you can try to push that right ear up to the ceiling. Notice how it changes the stretch. Stay right here, or if you'd like to add on, left arm goes out and up, left hand above left ear. Deepens the stretch a little more. Stay right here or add on, letting the right arm hang. Notice the stretch deepens. We'll add on even more if you'd like. We're going to inhale that right arm up to shoulder height. Exhale, we lower, deepening the stretch in the neck. Inhale, lift that right arm to shoulder height. Exhale, we lower, deepening the stretch. One last time, inhale, lift that right arm to shoulder height. Exhale, we lower, deepening the stretch. Release the hands to the thighs. Bring your head up to center. Notice what you're feeling in your neck. Now we're going to do some neck circles before we move on. Any size circle will do, but if lifting the chin is too much on those vertebrae in the back of your neck, you could just look side to side. Okay, but for the rest of us, we're going to do circles. Inhaling when the chin goes up, any direction. Exhaling when the chin goes down. Popping and cracking is normal. Do about 3 or 4 times around. One more for me. We'll all meet in center. And we'll go in the opposite direction. Inhaling when the chin goes up. Exhaling when the chin goes down. Notice what it feels like going in the opposite direction. Do about 3 or 4 circles. Gently. We'll all meet in center when we're done. Yeah. Notice what you feel. Move on to the shoulders. We're going to do shoulder rolls. So inhale, the shoulders go up to the ears. Exhale, we roll them forward and down, and we come back to center. Inhale, your shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, we roll them forward and down, come back to center. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, we roll them forward and down, come back to center. We're awakening our shoulders. So now we're going to roll them backwards. So inhale, those shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, pull them back and down, come back to center. Inhale, the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, we pull them back, down, come back to center. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, pull them back and down, come back to center. Notice what you're feeling as we awaken our shoulders. Now we're going to add our wrists onto our shoulders. So we're going to inhale, the arms go out and up to shoulder height. Make a fist and stretch your thumb across your palms if you can. Your fingers. It's going to be a different stretch than last time. And we're going to make circles forward than last week. Last week we didn't put our thumb all the way across. Notice it feels different. Come back to center. Flip your palms up. Inhale the arms up above the head. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. We're going to do that same movement, only we're going to move the shoulder, wrists backwards. So inhale, arms go out and up. We're going to make our fists, bring those thumbs across the fingers. Wrist circles. Notice it feels different. And come back to the center. Flip your palms up. Inhale your arms above your head. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Notice what you're feeling in your wrists, maybe your forearms, elbows, maybe your shoulders. Now we're going to do this movement again, but it's going to be just for the arms. So inhale, arms go out and up, palms stay open. We're going to do some circles forward, any size. You can go from small to large, or you can just do big ones, whatever works for you. Notice what you're feeling. Come back to center. Flip your palms up. Inhale, your arms above your head. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. We're going to do that again, but we're going to roll those shoulders backwards. So inhale, arms go out and up. And as we exhale, we're going to make circles. Moving backwards, any size, small to large. Notice the shoulder blades coming together and back. And come to center. Flip your palms up. Inhale, your arms above your head. Palms come together. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. We're going to do one more little shoulder and spine exercise. So we're going to inhale, the arms go out and back. Heart and chest go forward. As we exhale, we bring the arms out in front and we turn the backs of the hands together and maybe we look down, rounding those shoulders. Inhale, open the arms out and back. Heart and chest go forward. As we exhale, the arms come straight out in front of us. Hands are back to back. And we look down, rounding those shoulders. Inhale, open those arms, heart and chest go forward and up. Exhale, bring the arms out in front, back of the hands together, round those shoulders, look down. And we're going to bring our head up to center, release those arms down, let them hang, let them rock back and forth. Maybe roll out the shoulders if you need to. Shake the hands if you'd like. Let the blood get back down into the fingertips. Now we're going to do a little bit of side body. So if you're on the mat, your left hand will go outside your left hip. If you're on the chair, you can hold on to the chair if you'd like. We're going to inhale that right arm out and up. Exhale, we're going to lean. Our heart and chest go forward. And it's like we're reaching for something on the ceiling rather than leaning really far. And the right sitting bone stays on the mat or chair. And we reach. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale that right hand down outside the right hip or reach for the chair. Inhale, left arm goes out and up. Exhale, we lean, but it's more like we're reaching for something on the ceiling. Heart and chest go forward, and your left sitting bone stays on the mat or the chair. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the mat or the chair. Inhale, your right arm goes out and up. Exhale, we lean, but it's more of a reach for something on the ceiling. Heart and chest go forward. Right sitting bone stays on the chair or mat. And we reach, opening up that side body. And we're going to inhale, come up to center. Exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat or the chair. Inhale, left arm goes out and up. Exhale, we lean, but it's more of a reach for something on the ceiling. Heart and chest go forward. Left sitting bone stays on the mat or chair. And we reach. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring that left arm down. Notice what you're feeling in your side body. Do you feel a little taller? It's a little easier to sit up nice and tall. We're going to do a twist. Before we move on, we're going to bring the left hand outside the right knee. Right arm goes behind our back, creates a little kickstand. Helps to keep the spine nice and tall and long. We're all looking forward. We're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, it's a gentle twist to the right. You can stay right here, or if you'd like a little more and your practice allows, take another inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can allow your body to relax and release a little more. Maybe even looking out over your right shoulder. We allow twists, we don't force them. Take a breath here, deep and full into the low belly. We're going to inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the twist. Take a moment for the spine to get back to neutral before we do it on the other side. This time it's the right hand that goes outside the left knee. Left arm goes behind our back for our little kickstand. We're all looking forward. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, it's a gentle twist to the left. Stay right here if you like. If you'd like a little more, take another inhale. And as you exhale, it's a gentle twist to the left. See if you can allow your body to relax and release, maybe even looking out over your left shoulder. Take a breath here, deep and full into the low belly. And we're going to inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the twist. Take a moment for your spine to get back to neutral and notice what you're feeling. And my mat students, if any, I need you to find your way onto your hands and knees, what we call tabletop. Your hands should be shoulder distance apart, fingers spread wide, shoulders over your wrists. If you have sensitive wrists, you can use fists for wrists, or you can bring your hands out a little bit farther in front of you. If not, your shoulders are directly over your wrists. Your hips are over the knees. Now, if you need to comfort your knees, this is where you could put a towel or a blanket underneath your knees. When you look between your legs, your feet are directly behind the knees, not splayed out from behind your legs, okay? Chair students, you're sitting to the front of your your chair, and we are going to be going into a pose called cow and cat, a little fluidity in the spine. And I'm going to be cueing for our mat students, and I'll show you right now what that will be for you. For mat students, I'm going to say inhale. You're going to bring your elbows to your sides. Inhale, pull the elbows back. Rotate your shoulders open and back. And do that. And you can look forward or you can look up, being mindful of those vertebrae in the back of your neck. I'll say exhale. That's when you'll start to round your spine, round your shoulders, reach for your knees. You can even straighten your arms if you like, rounding your shoulders a little more, and bring your chin to your chest. So we're going to try this all together. We'll see how it goes. So inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate shoulders open and back. We look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, push into the mat or your knees with your hands, chin comes to chest. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate shoulders open and back. We look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, push into the mat or the knees with your hands, chin comes to chest. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate those shoulders open and back. We look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, push into the mat or your knees with your hands, chin comes to chest. Let's stay right here. If you're a mat student, push firmly into the mat so your shoulder blades are not sinking. Perhaps everyone is feeling a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. And everyone, bring your head in line with your neck and your spine. I need mat students to bring their right foot up to the top of the mat, and then everyone straighten their right leg. Flex the right foot if you can. And we're going to take a hold of the chair if you're a chair student, because we're going to stretch out our hamstring. So everyone take an inhale, exhale, hinge at your hips, flat back fold. You can stay right here. If you'd like a little more, be mindful of the head going below the heart. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, maybe you round the spine, round the shoulders, nose gets closer to the knee. Notice that stretch in your glute, hamstring, calf, maybe even your ankle. Bring your head in line with your neck and your spine, everyone. And we're going to inhale up to that flat back. And exhale, bring that knee in back next to the other. And notice what you're feeling in the right leg. Just notice. And now I need mat students to bring your left foot up to the top of the mat. Everyone straighten their left leg. Flex the left foot, maybe so much so that your toes point toward the ceiling. Chair students, you can hold on to the chair if you like, or do your hips. We're all going to take an inhale, exhale. We're hinging at the hips, folding forward to that flat back. Stay right here if you like. If you'd like a little more, mindful of the head going below the heart, take an inhale, exhale, round the spine, around the shoulders. Maybe the nose finds the knee on this side. Notice that stretch in your hamstring, your glute, your calf, your ankle. Everyone bring your head in line with your neck and your spine. We're going to inhale up to that flat back and exhale, bring that knee in. Mat students, bring your big toes to touch, sit back into child's pose. And we'll just take a minute here to revisit our intention about stopping, pausing, and breathing. So if we can take a moment here to stop, pause, and breathe on our mat, we learn that we can do it off our mat in the hustle bustle holiday season. Yeah, take a moment to stop, pause, and take a breath. And we're going to come back up into table if you're a mat student. And we're going to come up into table, curl your toes, lift your hips. When you find your downward facing dog, walk your feet up to meet your hands. And mat students, you can place blocks on either side at the front of your mat. We'll just do a couple little sun salutations. Half, not whole. So find your mountain, standing mountain, or your seated mountain. And we're going to inhale, arms go out and up. Palms come together above our head. Exhale, hinge at the hips. We're folding forward, leading with the heart, being mindful of the heart going below the head. You can, mat students, bend your knees enough so your hands find the blocks or the mat. We're going to inhale, come up to a half lift. That means that your head's in line with your neck and your spine and your back is flat. Exhale, fold it back in. Now, chair students, if you'd like to bring your hands to your thighs to inhale, come up. You can do that. Otherwise, mat students, tuck your chin to your chest and come up. One vertebrae at a time. Pump the fists if you're dizzy or lightheaded, and everyone find their mountain. We'll do it just one more time. Inhale, arms go out and up. Palms come together above the head. Exhale, hinge at the hips. We're folding forward, leading with our heart. Bend the knees enough so that your hands can find the blocks or the mat. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Exhale, fold it back in. Mat students, tuck your chin to your chest. And chair students, you can too. Come up one vertebrae at a time. Chair students, you can move your hands to your thighs if you like. Mat students, pump your fists if you need to, if you're dizzy or lightheaded. Last to come up is the head and the shoulders. Find your mountain pose. And notice what you're feeling as we put more movement into our practice. Move your blocks if they're in your way. We're going to be going on to our poses, which are Star, Goddess, and Warrior Two. Now, if you're seated in the chair, you could stand up behind your chair and hold on and do those poses, or you could stay seated. For Star and Goddess, we'll only be working the upper part of our body. Well, and Warrior Two also. So, and mat students, I need you to find a wide stance on your mat. And I need your feet at a diagonal, your toes pointing up to the top corners of your mat. Chair students, open your stance. We're all going to do Star and Goddess right now. So we're going to inhale, the arms go out and up. For Star, you can even move the fingers to twinkle your star. Exhale, bend the knees and bend the elbows. Try to keep the shoulders over the hips if you can. Inhale, straighten everything for Star. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows for Goddess. Inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows for Goddess. Inhale, straighten those arms. Straighten everything. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Turn your feet parallel, mat students. The only thing that's going to move, mat students, is you're going to rotate your right foot to point toward the short side of your mat. Your hip bones, there to the long side of the mat. Mat students, you're going to bend into that right knee. But we don't want it falling in, so check that your knee is over your ankle and that your shoulders are over your hips. We moved, we don't want to take the shoulders out of alignment. Remember stacking the joints? We do it here too. And mat students, push into the mat with all four sides of your feet. Same for chair students. And your sit bones. Grounding. We're going to, for the hustle bustle of that holiday season, we want to stay grounded. Bring those arms straight out in front of you. Inhale, we open our arms to shoulder height. And as we exhale, we turn and look to the right. Look all the way down your right arm, down your right middle finger. Relax your shoulders. You're grounded in your Warrior Two. Notice what you're feeling. We're going to look forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the leg, turn your feet parallel, walk your feet in. Take notice of what you're feeling in the right side of your body. Does it feel different than the left? Maybe. And we need to widen our stance again, so chair students, to the feet to the outer edges. Mat students, wide stance, feet are at a diagonal. Toes pointed up toward the top corners of your mat. A little Star and Goddess to start. Inhale, arms go out and up. For Star, you can twinkle your fingers if you like. Exhale, bend the knees and bend the elbows. For Goddess. Inhale, we straighten everything. Reaching for that ceiling. Exhale, bend the knees and bend the elbows. For Goddess. Inhale, straighten everything for Star. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows for Goddess. Inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, bring your hands down to your hips. And I need the mat students to turn your feet so they're parallel. This time, the only thing that's going to rotate is your left foot toward the short side of your mat. Hip bones to the long side of the mat. We're going to bend into that left knee, but we don't want it falling in. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. If you're a mat student, make sure your shoulders are over your hips. Ground through your feet. And chair students ground through their feet and the chair. Everyone, bring your arms straight out in front of you. We're going to inhale, open the arms to shoulder height. As you exhale, turn and look down your left arm, all the way down your left middle finger. Relax your shoulders. You're in warrior two, grounding. You're a warrior in the Christmas season. And now we're going to look forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the leg, bring the feet parallel. Walk the feet into the center of your mat. Notice what you're feeling. We're going to stand for our balance. If you choose to do the balance, remember, all yoga is optional. And we have our chair here that we can hold on to, finger touch, or just have there to make us feel safe, right? Well, okay. We're going to put all the weight into the left foot. We're going to find our one spot to concentrate on and really push into that left foot, ground, lift up through the spine. Then we're going to inhale, our right leg goes out to the side. As we exhale, it crosses in front. Inhale, it goes out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften your knee if you need to. Roll out your ankle if you need to. We're going to do that again, but we're going to point our toe if we can. So put all the weight into the left foot. Find your spot you're going to concentrate on. We're going to inhale that right leg out with a pointed toe. Exhale, it crosses in front. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften your knee. Roll out your ankle if you need it. And we'll do that one more time with the flexed foot. So all the weight goes into the left foot, left leg. Find your spot to concentrate on. You're grounding through that left foot. Inhale that right leg out with a flexed foot. Exhale, it crosses in front at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften the knee, roll out the ankle. And we'll do all of that on the other side. So this time, all the weight goes into the right foot. Find your spot you're going to concentrate on. And it's the left foot that goes out with our inhale. Exhale, crosses in front. Inhale out to the side. Exhale and back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften your knee. Roll out your ankle if you need to. And we're going to do that again with a pointed toe. So we're going to put all the weight into our right foot. We're going to find our spot we're going to concentrate on. And we're going to inhale that left leg out with a pointed toe. Exhale, it crosses in front at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften your knee. Roll out your ankle if you need to. One more time with the flexed foot. So all the weight goes into the right foot. Be grounded. Find your one spot you're going to concentrate on. And we're going to inhale the left leg out with a flexed foot. Exhale, it crosses in front at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften the knee. Roll out your ankle. Find your way back to your chair. Mat students, find your mountain pose. Take an inhale. Lift the arms forward and up. Palms come together. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Bend your knees a lot. Come on down to sitting. Yeah. So right now. Well, mat students, roll over into your table. We're going to stretch out our shoulders just a bit. So, mat students, you're in tabletop. Everyone, we're going to inhale. Our right arm goes out and up. And we're going to exhale. We're going to thread it through. It's called threading the needle. Bring that right arm behind your left. And just going to do a little bit of a twist and a stretch through the shoulders. Mat students, you can straighten your arm out in front of you, or you can bring your arm behind around your back. Chair students, you can do this too. So we're stretching out the back of the right shoulder and opening up the left shoulder. Maybe we even look up. Wherever that left hand is, bring it back to your knee. For chair students, back to the mat in front of your face. If you're a mat student, push gently, lifting your body up and inhale. Bring that right arm out and up. And exhale, bring it down back to the mat and the knee. Notice what you're feeling. We're going to do that on the other side. So we're going to inhale, that left arm goes out and up. And exhale, we're going to thread it behind the right arm, coming down onto our shoulder. And if you're in the chair, elbow can go on your knee, outside your knee, maybe in between the legs, whatever is your capability today. Once again, mat students, you can straighten your arm. Everyone, if they'd like, they can bring their right arm behind their back, reaching for that hip crease, or just placing the right hand on the sacrum. And notice the stretch. We're stretching out the back of the left shoulder and opening up the right again. And wherever that right hand is, bring it back to your knee or in front of your face on the mat. And we're going to use the strength of that right arm to inhale, come up, bring that left arm out and up. And then exhale, bring it down to your knee. And notice what you're feeling, everyone. And I need mat students to sit off to one hip or the other, swing their legs around in front of them. Bend your knees and lower down onto your backs. We're going to do a little bit of core work. So, mat students, knees are bent, you're laying on your back. Bring your hands behind your back, like this, and arms stay parallel. Now, chair students, you can keep your arms here or maybe here. We're just engaging the abs. So we're all going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, mat students, lift your head and shoulders up off the mat and engage your abs. Chair students, just engage your abs. And lower everything down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, head and shoulders come off the mat, and we just engage the abs, chair students, that's all. Lower everything down. We'll do it just one more time. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. Engage the abs. Lower everything down. Now we're going to do bending our knee. So take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders off the mat and your right foot. Bring everything back to the mat. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders off the mat. Lift the left foot. Engage the abs. Release everything down. We're going to straighten our leg this time. So take an inhale. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders. Straighten the leg, engage your abs. Bring everything back down to the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders off the mat, straighten the left leg. Bring everything back to the mat, lower the head and shoulders, and release those hands. Mat students, bring the knees into the chest, massage your low belly and back by going in circles, go in both directions. Chair students, do some torso circles, a couple in each direction. Yeah. Everybody will come back to center. Release those feet down to the mat. Mat students, we're going to walk our feet, everyone, out to the outer edges of the mat. We're going to do a little moving meditation. It's a twist before we go into our Shavasana. Excuse me. Everyone, take an inhale. And as you exhale, roll on the edges of your feet. Let your knees fall to the right. Inhale, the knees come up to center. Exhale, rolling on the edges of the feet, knees fall to the left. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, roll on the edges of the feet, knees fall to the right. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, rolling on the edges of the feet, knees fall to the left. Inhale, bring those knees up to center. Exhale, rolling on the edges of the feet, knees fall to the right. Stay right here. Chair students, a little twist to the left. Mat students, turn and look out over your left shoulder. Everyone, let's take a breath deep and full into the low belly. Notice what it feels like to breathe while you're twisted. Inhale, bring the head forward to center. Inhale your knees up to center. And exhale, roll on the edges of your feet. Knees fall to the left. Stay right here. Chair students, gentle twist to the right. Mat students, turn and look out over your right shoulder. Notice the difference in one side and the other. Everyone, let's take a breath deep and full into the low belly. Bring the face back to center. Inhale those knees up to center. Exhale, mat students, bring your knees into your chest. Massage your low belly and back. And chair students, as you exhale, do a couple of more torso rolls. Go in both directions, massaging that low belly and back. And if we have any mat students, if you'd like to come to center and just rock side to side, that massages the low back also. And take a moment to notice how you're feeling right now. Just notice. Remembering when you're out in that hustle bustle, stop, pause and breathe. Just like we're going to do now, we're going to stop and pause and breathe and go into our Shavasana. Since we don't have our little techie here, we don't have music. So if you're practicing on the mat, your legs can go, well, actually they can stay where they are and your knees could knock together. Takes out the pressure in the low back. If you'd like not to do that, legs can go long down the mat. Feet flop out to the sides. You can comfort your knees with a blanket or a towel. And your arms are long down the sides of your body. Palms down for grounding today because we want to ground this month. And the head is heavy on the mat. Practicing in the chair, palms down on the thighs. And just take a moment for a little silence. in our Shavasana. Just let your body breathe as it naturally likes to breathe. No more doing, no more trying. Your opportunity to do 100% nothing for a few moments. We do Shavasana to let the practice settle within our bodies, to let that peaceful Zen feeling take over, so we can notice that we're less stressed, that we're tension free. So let's bring a deeper breath into our body. Let's bring a little movement into the fingers and toes. Maybe your wrists and your ankles. Come back to stillness. Move your head side to side like you did in the beginning of class. Notice if you've collected tension or released tension. Come back to center. Yogi's choice to bring the hands together in front of the heart. And my invitation for you today is to notice how you're feeling right now. And if it's different than before class, and it's more peaceful and less stressed, memorize it. Memorize it. Take it with you. Remember how this feels and how you got to this feeling. By breathing, by moving, by concentrating, by taking 1 hour out of your day just for you. So my invitation, my wish is that as you go about the holiday season, rushing, cooking, baking, all the holiday wonderful things that we love to do, if it gets a little much, maybe take a moment to stop, pause, and take a breath. So my invitation, my wish, is that you allow your breath to guide you back to peace. From my heart to yours, namaste. Okay, class is over. Move slowly, gently. Drink lots of water. We'll see you next week. Next week is our last week before we have a 2-week break. There'll be no class on December 26th or in the new year, January 2nd.
Yes.